for this awesome live event. We're doing a live simulcast, so don't adjust your screens. I know I'm not Terry or Mandy or any of these awesome people, but you guys see them here next to me. We're getting ready to have a lot of fun. This is Crafting Connected, and we're live at All Things Silhouette 2018. Cue applause.
Yeah.
Yay!
Cue applause.
So really quick, we're going to go down the line. If you're watching this, maybe you're on the Heat Press Nation channel, you don't know who they are. Maybe you're on Lori Whitlock's channel, you have no idea who the heck I am. So we're going to introduce ourselves really quick. My name is Jared Barbosa. I'm with Heat Press Nation. I'm here at All Things Silhouette doing a couple classes. Really awesome time. And now...
I'm Terri Johnson of Terri Johnson Creates, and this is my party. I am the creator of All Things Silhouette Conference, and we're having a blast.
That might be like one of the million hats that Terry wears around. Spence Livingston, I'm with Silhouette.
Closer.
Spence Livingston with Silhouette.
Hi, I am Mandy with SparkleBerry, and I love ATS, and I love Terri Johnson.
Yeah.
That was a great answer.
Yeah, good luck following
I'm
that.
Joe with Siser North America, and I'm not as cool as everyone up here.
Whatever. Lori Whitlock with LoriWhitlock.com, and I'm in the Silhouette Design Store.
And also, I also love Terry probably more than them.
What?
No.
I'll pay all of you later.
arm wrestle.
I'll pay all of you later. So.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We're here talking about not only all things crafting, yes sir. Let's see here. So we're doing a quick microphone check. This is the magic of live. There we go. Am I out? There we go. I'm going to borrow Terry's mic just a little bit until we're live. There we go. Guys, this is proof. We're 100% live right now. So, actually, no, you can share Mandy's mic, right? Me and Terry are going to share. There we go. Okay. So here we go. So anyway, so we're here at All Things Silhouette. Some of you guys may know what that is. Some of you guys may be really sad that you couldn't get tickets. This has been selling out for how many years now, Terry?
Well, this is our seventh.
If you had any questions for any of our panel, we are going to be taking, if you wanted to be on camera for a little bit, if you wanted to ask anything for Joe.
Oh, no.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
All right.
Like we all kind of said, we're all here doing awesome stuff. So we're just going to kind of go down the line, let everybody introduce themselves. So Spencer, really quick, what's been, because I've seen you here before.
Oh yeah.
So what's kind of the degree of your involvement? I mean, it's amazing to have you representing Silhouette America here at this conference. So kind of just tell us a little bit of what you do here.
Sure. Well, first of all, it's one of my favorite events that we do every single year. We're on the plane flying out, talking to my group, and we all agree that this is the one that we feel like is not a business trip. It's coming out to see our friends and mostly to just feed off the excitement and the energy of all these Silhouette crazy users. So I've been coming for the last 4 events. Terry started this kind of out on her own. Back at corporate, we started noticing some excitement, some feedback from this event. We started seeing social media posts and things like that, and we thought, man, what's going on out there? And so we flew out and we met with Terry, and you fall in love with her the minute that you meet her. You'll see in just a minute if you haven't met her. But this event has just continued to grow and grow and grow, and like I said, it's almost like the one time in each year that we just come out and get re-energized and excited about Silhouette and about all the amazing things that you can do with it and take classes. It's really good.
Spencer with the best answers, doggone.
Yeah. And he's also teaching a class.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Yep. Come see that one.
So now I'm looking down the line, you guys. We have the superstars of crafting right here, and not just crafting, but basically like the heat transfer industry, the crafting industry. It's really we have like a loaded table here. And next in line, you guys see Mandy. Most of you guys may know her from SparkleBerry. Mandy, why don't you tell us kind of like what you do here at the conference? What do you kind of bring? What's your deal?
Okay, my deal. So we specialize in pattern craft vinyl, and we love all things Silhouette because number one, the crazy fans of Silhouette, like we get re-energized too. That was such a great point to make because we get to really talk to our customers and see them one-on-one and get to see the excitement that they have about Terry and all things Silhouette and SparkleBerry. So basically we sell pattern craft vinyl. We've been here, this is our 4th show as well. And if you're a vendor, you so want to be at this show, but it's small, it's an intimate event.
Yeah.
So to be able to be a vendor here is such an honor that I just can't even tell you what it means to us. Honestly, I think it put us on the map. Actually, I don't think that. I know it. So we're so thankful and grateful for it. But yeah, it's just every year it gets better and better. And just everybody is amazing here. They really are. I just taught a class on glitter laminate, and everybody just is so, they love each other, and people that come to this event have been here like 3 and 4 times. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. We have almost as many, sorry, Jerry, as many repeats as we do newbies. So they keep coming back.
And that just speaks to how awesome this event really is. I mean, to come back year after year, I think it's a testament to how cool it is. Now, next down there, we have the second most handsome person at this booth. We have Joe from Siser. Now, really quick, I learned a lot when I first got started in this industry from Joe, whether he knows it or not, because I would just watch all the Siser videos, figure out how to use, heat transfer products. So, but Joe, why don't you tell us, because education's kind of your thing here, right?
Is this working? Jack 1, 2. Let's make sure the sound is good, guys. Yeah. No, for real. Thank you to Jared and all the wonderful people at Heat Press Nation for doing this right here.
Absolutely, yay.
Hi to everyone. Terri for sure. So Terri, I reached out to her. I'm at Siser North America. We were getting in the craft market. Terri was wonderful enough to let us set up here. And we are pretty integrated on this show floor right now. So Siser heat transfer vinyls are kind of everywhere and are easy PSV. So the perfect bond between a silhouette and our materials and the wonderful things that all of our customers do. It's exceptional to see, and we're really proud to be a part of this. And this has been how many? I think all of them, right?
Yeah, so Joe's been here since day one.
So it's an honor to be a part of this. Our whole purpose of being here as Siser is to simply educate, show people what's new, and show new ideas and teach classes. And again, we're extremely honored to be a part of it. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least was the first person I ever see have fans geek out at a silhouette event. So she was at the very first silhouette event that we attended, which was actually in Newport Beach, California. By the way, we're live from the beautiful Peachtree City, Georgia right now. But Lori Whitlock was at the California event, and it was funny because it was my first event, and I was like, she has fans? That is crazy. That's so cool. So anyways, but Lori, really quick, just kind of tell us, what do you do? Like, what's your business? I know you bring a lot of awesomeness to the show, so just tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you so much. That was a really nice introduction. I'll tell you this, I'm showing more than just my hands on this video, so I'm kind of nervous. Usually on YouTube, it's just my hands. So anyways, I am a designer with Silhouette. I've been with them since they began, 9.5 years ago. I've been designing. I'm in the design store. I'm here at the conference. I've been here all 7 years.
Yes.
Terri and I met where? Silhouette
Summit in Hawaii.
In Hawaii. We were kind of looking at the new embroidery capabilities of the machine, and we were like, whoa. We got to know each other, and here we are. This is super fun. Thank you for inviting me back every time, Terri.
I'm actually trying to get one of those Hawaii invites. I don't know, Spencer, maybe. How do we get in on that game?
We'll see how hard your questions are today, and then we'll make a decision.
It all depends on the panel.
Spencer, how does it feel to work for Silhouette, the most amazing company ever that gives me an invite to Hawaii? Oh no, sorry.
Well, I can tell you that I've been at Silhouette now for 5 years. But I was with Silhouette even before that. The first Silhouette product, people might not know, but it was launched under a different brand. Quick Cuts was the name of the brand, and we were a die cutting company back in those days. And we launched the first Silhouette machine. It was a little blue one. Some of you might still have that. And I was a sales rep back then for Quick Cuts, and I actually took the very first Silhouette machine, threw it under my shoulder, and went out into the world of crafting and started selling it. So I've been with Silhouette since it was born. Officially in my current position, I've been here for the last 5 years, and I can tell you it's the growth. It's something that I'll never forget. Wherever I end up professionally, just being a part of a company that just exploded the way that Silhouette did, and really changed an industry. It set a path that everyone else had to kind of scramble and run and follow, and that was really fun. It's one of the things I'm most proud of about Silhouette.
So would you consider Silhouette your baby, or like your nephew or little cousin that you like to bring?
That's a good question. No, probably little brother, maybe.
Okay, little brother. That's cool.
I can't take credit for conceiving them.
Right. Okay. Right on.
But I saw was in the room when it was born. So
nice,
it's pretty cool.
Nice. So you're like the delivery doctor.
Okay,
You're the
I like that better.
Okay,
I like
that's
that better.
cool. There's a sense of attachment there, right?
Labor coach. That's it.
Now, what's really awesome about this event is it focuses really high on not only on like content, but on instruction, which is huge for this event.
Yes.
We have,
Yes.
show of hands, instructors.
Everybody here.
We have a table full of instructors. So,
Yeah, you
oh
always
yeah,
got class.
yeah, there we go.
Don't forget to go to class.
Silhouette instructor.
No,
Oh,
no. Wait, did you raise your hand?
Oh yeah, I raised my hand
Jared's
too. I
teaching
actually
as well. Yes.
Yeah, I got a triple header today. I came from a class here, doing a class after. So,
Yeah.
what's up,
he's
guys?
good.
That's why we're
But
here.
does anybody want to share like something that maybe you're teaching, covering in your class? Because I know we have a lot of awesome people out there who maybe they're interested in coming next year, or they weren't able to make it to this one. Tell them what they're missing out on. What are you guys covering in your classes? And this is open to anybody.
Okay.
Okay, I can start with that. This morning I taught a design basics class, so basically teaching students how to use the software, just introduction to the software, how to use all the different tools, a lot of quick keys and commands to make the software easier to use as you're designing. This afternoon I'm teaching a print and cut class in conjunction with Canon that's here.
Canon.
They've got an awesome new crafting printer that's out that we're going to be showing. It's a 12 by 12 printer, so you might want to take a look at that. And then tonight I'm teaching a pop-up creator class. So we're going to use the pop-up creator function in the software and create a pop-up card and put it together. So it'll be a fun night. We're going to have a little party.
You're kind of legendary with those pop-ups, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. I've
The
kind
pop-up
of
queen.
had
Yeah.
a few of them.
Anybody else want to share what you guys are doing in your classes?
Yeah, I guess I'm an instructor. Yeah, so Siser had just launched in 2018 our brand new line of Easy PSV, which is PSV, the pressure sensitive vinyl, which is our decal or sticker vinyl, which is brand new to us because most people knew us as heat transfer vinyl only. So this is a brand new world for us in 2018 and beyond now. So this class I'm teaching is, well, I had to take the all things. I went all things Easy PSV.
Nice.
So it'll be just showing the workability of the pressure sensitive vinyl that we have and tricks and tips and all the fun stuff, but maybe some pop-up stuff. I don't know.
You're going to have to teach Mandy.
Join the class. I think it's like 2.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm the
Okay.
every year I feel like I pick up stuff from my students. Have anybody like shared any like really cool tidbits that you're like, whoa, I should have thought of that? Anything?
I would even say, yeah, I picked up some tricks in a class that I'm actually incorporating into the class that I'm teaching. So this is my first time teaching. I'm excited to do it. I'm in a spot in life where we have 4 kids, and one of them is just a crazy sporty. Like from sport to sport to sport, it rules our lives. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how that goes. But one of my finest moments with a Silhouette product came when I basically just took one of his youth uniforms, sport uniforms, took the logo, took a picture of it, imported it into my Silhouette software, and cut out the logo, and then made my wife this rockin' shirt that she showed up to one of the baseball games with, and just the look on the parents, all the other parents' eyes, they looked over like, where in the world did you get that? And my chest comes out, I'm like proud. It's like the thing I'm most proud about. I tell everybody about it. So I approached Terri this year and said, hey, I'd like to teach a class on that. What do you think? And she gave me the opportunity to do it. But most of what I'm teaching in that class, I picked up just attending classes in previous conferences.
Cool.
So yeah, it's kind of a culmination of all those ideas and then just teaching people how to make awesome clothing that match their kids' stuff. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Here's a question that I get, and it's funny. I actually heard this comment. Won't call anybody out. Someone's like, "Oh, there's Jared. He gets to have fun all day," and it's partially true. I do get to do a lot of the product testing at Heat Press Nation. I know you guys do a lot of designing, and it is a lot of fun. What would you say is like the best part about working where you work and you're doing what you do?
Look, I can answer that. So I come from an embroidery world sewing background. That's where I got into Silhouette when I discovered that you could cut your machine embroidery appliques with a Silhouette cameo, and that revolutionized not only my business but using machine embroidery applique. But for me, I love the people. I love seeing them light up when you share something with them. I love the reward that you get, that they will send me pictures or post on my group of the pictures of what they've made, and they're like, oh, thank you for helping me. Coming from an education background, and that's what this event is all about. It's all about education. Yeah, we have great shopping opportunities, which is wonderful, and as you can see, everybody takes full advantage of that. But the big thing is education, because nobody is born knowing how to use a silhouette cameo, and for the large part, nobody's grandmother is teaching them how to use it. I mean, that's starting to happen, but you know, I want to spread the wealth and spread the love and have people understand how to use their machines, how to use them successfully. So for me, that's the best thing, is they get excited, they are successful, and they feel accomplished. So
beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I will also take that question. I love the education part of my job. I don't get to do it nearly as much as like what I plan to in the future, just because with being we're still a very small business, and I'm still in operations, but being able to see that light up look is really, really cool. And we do a ton of Facebook Lives where we teach people what to do with our pattern HTV or our pattern adhesive, because they'll look at it and they'll say, it's so pretty, but I don't know what to do with it. And I love seeing how they're getting more confident, and we're seeing a trend of a ton more HTV sold right now, like a ton more. And I think it's because we're teaching them and they're learning from us on especially Facebook Live how to use it. So it is very exciting to see their response in that on live. So that's definitely my favorite part.
So I just had a silk screen class this morning, and somebody came up to me and said, can I silk screen on SparkleBerry HTV? I'm like, well, not exactly. But yeah, so we did silk screening this morning, which was introducing a new silhouette product, the new silk screen kit, and everybody loved it. So yeah, it's about learning to use the product. So yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry, I may want to add just one quick thing. Like, I agree with Mandy. Coming out here and seeing the projects and just the look in the eyes of the customers. I kind of already mentioned that. That's my favorite part. But I would add to that, like, the relationships. And I think this panel kind of represents that. Like, these people are. It's fun to be engaged together in a common cause of just pushing forward the world of creativity and crafting. And to be partnered up with some of these guys, I mean, it's about celebrating those relationships too, and that's my favorite part.
We become like a family.
Yeah, you really do.
Like
you really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of the year is when we get to come out here. You get to see everybody. It's really awesome. Now, one thing I did notice in my classes and just over the years is that there's a lot of people who own their own small businesses. They're trying to make money with it, which, again, it starts out as a hobby until your friends start saying, like, hey, where can I get that? And I'm like, $20, bro, I'll hook you up. But what's cool is there's lots of people out there who are doing like their own businesses. How important do you think this conference, All Things Silhouette, is for people who want to use their silhouette to make money or to start a business with?
So I will say I think it's really important. We have business classes. Melissa Viscount is doing a Cutting for Profit class this afternoon. At every other silhouette conference before this one, Christine Schlegel of Cutting for Business has been here and taught all of our business classes. Unfortunately, her husband is battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma right now, but he's doing great. Will, I hope you're watching. And we're still praying and pulling for you. So Christine wasn't able to be here this time, but she's going to be back with us, and I think a lot of people support, they come looking for help in their small businesses. So not only does she share the business end of social media or your Etsy business or whatever, but you get to learn here how to take your skills to the next level. And so, of course, that's only going to benefit your business.
Right.
So, yeah.
Anyone want to add to that?
If there's something that you want to learn about the silhouette, this is the place to do it. There's a class about every little feature and function in the software, so if you really want to build a business, this is a great place to rub shoulders with the companies that produce the products that you'd be buying, and also learn from instructors that, you know, might teach you a few tips and tricks here and there that you'll take into, you know, your business that will definitely help. So I would recommend, if you get a chance to come to one of these conferences, definitely come. We want to meet you.
I agree. The instructors that are here, and I'm excluding myself from that because I'm a brand new instructor, but they are the cream of the crop. Like every single one of them are like celebrities to the attendees. They absolutely are so knowledgeable and just very, very talented. This is the cream of the crop that comes here to this event, and everybody knows it.
Try.
And I think just quickly, because I think it was mentioned, there are a lot of return customers. So you get a lot of the success stories, and you kind of see customers grow every one of these events. And if they've been to it 3 or 4 times already, you've seen where they started and where they've now started their business and the steps they took. And a lot of it, they'll add a ton of credit to coming to this event right here and learning from one another. And again, listening to these instructors, watching the classes and just kind of evolving from there.
Yep. And hearing their stories, I'll share one quick one. I remember a participant or an attendee came up to me one of the years and just said, you know what, she was going through some financial difficulties, her husband got laid off or whatnot, and she had a daughter that was in cheer, super expensive. So she decided, she purchased a silhouette and made cheer bows for the cheer team and took it out on the road where the cheer team would go and perform, and because of that, she was able to keep her daughter in cheer and give her that awesome experience. And I hear stories like that, and I'm like, yeah, that's why we do this. Like, that's why we're here. That's why I get up and, you know, you can sit in a million executive meetings and talk about numbers and stuff like that, but until you hear those personal stories, like, that's where it connects, and that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
I actually have had a few emails over the years from people that are maybe homebound or whatever, and they're just thankful to have a craft that they can do from home. And so, you know, just another story, you know, they're home with MS or cancer or whatever, and they have a craft that they can do, and they send me emails, and it's pretty cool. That's like the highlight of my time as well. I love hearing those. Yeah.
For sure.
We had a lady that attended we have a licensing event where it's a smaller hands-on event where I teach women how to go back and teach silhouette in their communities and start their own businesses. And we had a woman that came from the Dominican Republic this summer, and she shared how the women in the Dominican Republic, which of course is a very poor country, they will drive 4 or 5 hours to her silhouette classes, and then she is teaching them how to use that, and with that they're making things to support their family. And so how she's empowering those women to help support their families. So, yeah.
And to me, that's amazing, because you see it in stores, you see it online, you think, oh, it's cool, it's a craft code. You wouldn't think that it has so much power inside, but really, you know, with the right creative mind behind it, it just unlocks a whole world of opportunities. And I love the silhouette. It was actually, so when I first started at Heat Press Nation, it was the first thing I bought was a silhouette cameo. And that's kind of how my career path kind of grew, because I loved it so much. I learned everything about it. I became like the silhouette technician, as it were. You know, so anybody called in with a support question, they would, oh, Jared has it. And that kind of like set me on my path, and that's what connected me here with Terri, was that I was able to come to this conference and teach some classes, and I'm super glad I did. What's funny is that, like, I didn't really see like, if you would ask me when I started, like, hey, do you see yourself at a crafting conference? I'd be like, not really. But now that I'm here, I can't imagine being without it. Yep. And so I kind of want to ask, like, down the table, like, when you guys first started, and I know some people have maybe fallen into the crafting, or maybe, you know, did you intentionally, like, say, I want to get into the crafting market and be awesome at it, or did you kind of fall into, like, what was like kind of your path here?
I'd like to hear Joe's answer to that question.
Well, I would love to hear Joe's answer.
To be honest, because I kind of, and it may be offensive to a degree, but I cringe at the crafter title, because I feel like this right here has gone so much further beyond that.
True.
Because
Good point.
this is the story I hear repeatedly just with Siser products of somebody getting a silhouette, and everybody can probably agree with this one, but starting with something, making something for a loved one, and then it's snowball effect after that, because somebody went to them and said, where'd you get that shirt? How'd you get that? And then they made one for them, and before they knew it, their business was already happening before their eyes. And so when I hear crafter, it's almost like, you know, you're doing it for your loved ones and friends, but it's almost a business. It's a business,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's all it takes is a silhouette and anything else in here, and you got yourself a business.
Yeah.
I think Mandy should share her story.
Yeah,
Mandy needs to share her story.
Okay, I'm a total accidental crafter. I was in nursing school of all places, which if you know anybody or have ever been in nursing school, you know it's one of the hardest programs you will ever take. And somebody handed me a silhouette portrait actually and wanted me to raise money for the student nursing board. And within 3 months, I'm going to share numbers here, but it's really interesting. Within 3 months, we made $10,000 just by selling adhesive stickers on a portrait, mind you, the smaller machine. So I told them, I bowed out of it, and I said, you guys, I'm going to teach somebody else how to do this, and then I'm doing this for my family. And it was a snowball effect. And I have tried so many things. I've tried sewing, I've tried knitting, and it never stuck. I always wanted to be crafty, but until the digital world melded with this crafty hands-on world, and I finally got it. Like, I'm finally a crafter, and it's so cool. It really is. It's amazing.
Anyone else want to chime in on that question? Lori, I'm looking at you. So basically, like, did you like intentionally like say, I want to get into like the crafting community? Or did you kind of fall into it? Maybe you're doing something else, and you're just like, oh, a cameo.
Okay, so I guess from the beginning, I've always been a crafter. Absolutely loved it. In college, I studied graphic design. So I worked in a design studio for about 10 years, and by a series of amazing opportunities, I fell into the crafting world, which allowed me to kind of marry my love of crafting and my career all in one. So super blessed to be involved with Silhouette and some of the other companies that I work with to design paper and fabric and other things like that. So it's been, I really wouldn't have imagined it, but it's exactly what I want to do. So
that's amazing. Good. I love that answer. If you could go back to kind of your early self, getting into the industry, just getting started, because we're all involved pretty deeply in our businesses. Right. Obviously, she's the big cheeser. She's the big awesome, right? Yep. So if you can go back to when you were just starting, maybe in this, as it pertains to Silhouette, because this is a Silhouette conference, as it pertains to Silhouette, what would you kind of tell yourself, or as you're just getting your business off the board, what advice would you share with yourself that maybe some of our viewers could really just like use? Like if you could give advice to them or to your early crafting self, what would you tell them?
I mean, I'll start that one out. I feel like I came into the crafting world out of just the world of software, business to business software sales, and it was really the personal connection that made me kind of attracted me to this, made me be kind of fulfilled by it, and really feel like I was pretty good at it. So that was that would be my recommendation to my old self is go with where your strengths are, and then cherish every relationship. Like, relationships are everything, really, in all business, but especially in this one. And that's the part that maybe the person back then would have been most surprised at now is how much that had an impact on the direction of my career.
Love that. Love that.
So I think that, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I come from the sewing and embroidery world, and I've sewn since I was a little girl. I mean, I took all the home ec classes and all of that. So I came from the embroidery world, and I just kind of fell into the Silhouette by learning that it would cut fabric. It wasn't as easy then as it is now. It's much easier now. But I think the thing for me was I discovered a niche. I also taught embroidery classes. I had for many years. I have an embroidery class on Craftsy. But then I realized there's a lot of people teaching embroidery, but nobody was teaching people how to use their silhouette. And because so many silhouettes were being purchased online, as opposed to brick and mortar stores, unlike sewing stores where you might have quilt classes or embroidery classes, they had nowhere to go in order to learn how to use their machine. And while some people learn fine from their YouTube videos, many people like a hands-on experience. They want to be able to ask questions. So my recommendation would be find a little cubby corner of whatever it is you love to do that nobody else is doing. Find that niche, find that look at the landscape and see what's going on and what's not going on. And so there's no one that does silhouette education like this. And so that's one of the reasons I think this is so successful. So
I kind of want to throw a pun in there. For me, I would say color outside the lines. I can definitely speak for the world I'm in with heat transfer vinyl and decal vinyl that experimenting has been the best thing for, I think, any business, and kind of going with what Terri said of it being different and finding your niche. And sometimes just doing things that are not, I guess, written down is the best part of this, is because everything can be unique and there can always be a way of making it different. And I think what a lot of people get scared in the beginning or apprehensive about is that if they don't follow the particular guideline that's set in the stone, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But that's how a lot of this came to be, is happy accidents. So don't be afraid to color outside the lines. That's all I'd say.
So Teresa Collins had an Instagram post the other day, and she's a designer for the Silhouette store as well. And this Instagram post said, "I'm just a girl who decided to go for it," you know, and that's kind of how I feel about it. And I know you ladies and gentlemen are too, you know, that we just decided we'll give it a shot and we'll go for it. So kind of to go along with what Joe said, sometimes you just got to go for it. Some things work. I've done some things that didn't work, but some of them work really well. So, yeah.
Like this conference working really well.
That's a good example.
Yeah, what is Terri?
But I have a great team. There's, you know, I could not do this alone. I have an amazing team of people that help and support. So,
very, very true. What would you guys say makes this conference so special? Like, because I got to be honest, there's a vibe here. If you've ever been to, like, and no offense, we love them, but if you've ever been to the other trade shows, I won't name any. I was about to. Because you guys go to some of those.
Yeah. You want to be invited back. Yeah.
But, you know, you go to the other trade shows, and it's awesome. It's fun. There's lots of learning and stuff. But the vibe, the air is just different. I feel it's a little bit almost more corporate. And here, it feels really family. It's kind of one of the things I love about all things Silhouette. What do you guys think? Is it the water here in Georgia? I don't know.
Yeah, mostly the water.
Yeah.
Maybe the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I think it's Terri.
It's extra special.
It's really good.
I really think that it starts with Terri, and I know you know that I love you, but truly, I mean, she is such a genuine soul. And then I think the bond that you guys have, I mean, with Silhouette, it's very, very special, and everybody sees that. So I think, and then plus Peachtree is a special place. I live in Georgia, so I'm a little biased, but Peachtree City, Georgia is a really great, this venue that we're in right now is so special, and this is where it's just always been so successful here, and I think that has something to do with it, but it's also just the people in this group that are just so like-minded that it's really created something so special.
Yeah.
Honestly, this whole conference is filled with crafters. I mean, what's not to like
Right.
about crafters?
Right.
And if I stood up in this room and I yelled "Mom," everybody would answer.
Even me.
And we do have an amazing venue here. You know, people often say to me, come to here, come to there, come to there. But this venue here, this staff at this hotel and conference center, and they've been the same ones. We've got it kind of down to a fine oiled machine, but they are amazing. They do anything they can to accommodate us. And I can't say it often or loud enough about the staff, that not only the instructors, and like I said, we've all become like family, but I have an amazing group of women that work behind the scenes, not only here, but hours and hours before, and here they work themselves to the bone. And, you know, they're just amazing group of women that I couldn't do it without. And, you know, my philosophy is that I want everyone to have a great time. We make them as happy as possible, not 100% all the time, but within our power, and when we know, we try to make them as happy as possible. And I think people here, you know, it's 99% women, but I think women also genuinely are looking for a place to connect with other like-minded women, and this is an opportunity to do that. So, yeah.
The sense of community that you get here is unlike any other event that I've attended. And I'm sure it's because of exactly what the panel has kind of already outlined. But I also like to believe, Terri hit on a point earlier, that there's not that many opportunities out here to really dig into what makes Silhouette so great. And that's what this event is. That's exactly what we do. We don't. It's not an infomercial. It's a deep dive into some of the reasons why Silhouette can do things that nobody else out there can do. And when people come and realize that, it's almost like they become attached to it and then become fiercely loyal to it and defensive of it, and that pulls them together as a team. And from a Silhouette standpoint, you can't. That's a hard thing to it's hard to catch that type of lightning in a bottle the way that Terri has done it here, and it's amazing. It's fun to watch.
Excellent. So, excuse me, this is live. Sorry, guys.
We're sharing microphones.
Yeah.
Did you get choked up on that? I'll try to tone it down.
This is beautiful words, man. No, I'm just kidding. No, super awesome. And as you guys can see, like, there's just such an awesome chemistry with everybody up here. I love all the hosts that are up here. So really quick, I know some of you guys have some secret project. Joe actually sent us a box of secret Siser product.
What?
You guys didn't get me. I know. Sorry.
What did I do? What did we start?
Oh, I mean, just kidding. He didn't send me anything. No, but I know a lot of people here are working. And yes, I mean, it is technically a business trip, I guess. My boss is paying for it, so I guess that qualifies it as a business trip. But really, it's such an awesome, fun time. But really quick, so just so you guys can get a better understanding of who's up here and why they're up here. I know they already kind of said what they do. And you guys have some cool projects you guys want to shout out to all of our awesome viewers. And by the way, if you kind of tuned in halfway and you're wondering why the heck is Terri sharing her table with all the rest, you don't even know who the heck we are. This is an awesome live simulcast that we're doing. So if you're watching on Terri's channel, it's the same feed that's on our channel, Heat President's channel. I think we got pretty much everybody on here. We're all sharing, and it's really awesome. So if you know Lori, but you don't know me, it's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. You know me now. But really quick.
My friend.
Yeah, we're cool. But you know, if anybody has anything they want to show, you guys got any upcoming cool announcements? No, not announcement. I'm not trying to force nothing here. But if Joe, you want to, I love putting Joe on the spot.
No, I have no problem talking about it, but I'm not setting any dates for anybody, so don't hold me to it. But we have a lot coming out in the future from Siser. So, yes, I work with Siser North America. We manufacture heat transfer vinyl and now the Easy PSV. So what we try to do is just inform everybody about what we have coming out, and then, of course, our wonderful partners that carry our products, and make sure that everybody that's watching is aware of it and you're properly stocked before we announce it, and so that I don't get my head chewed off. But no, a big announcement we had at the last SGIA is our Blackboard HDV, which we're really excited about. It's not out there yet, but it is going to be a heat transfer vinyl that you can draw on with chalk, regular chalk. So all the fun projects here, I see the wheels spinning like crazy. We have samples at our table right now we're showing people. So we're very excited about that, and much more to come in 2019. And Jared knows all about it already, so go and yell at him.
Now, Spencer, you guys announced a lot of cool stuff in the past, silhouette products. Any cool new products you want to shout out? Well, I think she mentioned, what was it?
Silk screening.
Yeah, we do have our silk screen starter kit that's out, and there's some classes they're taking. There's some pretty cool projects coming out of those classes. I actually sat in our new software class, the Software Silhouette Studio Software version 4.2. Is a little bit overdue, but on the verge of announcing, and there's some pretty amazing new features that are going to be added in there. There was some clapping going on in that class and some gasping, and everybody, I mean, they loved it when they saw those new features. And really at our core, that's the heart of the Silhouette system. Terri's line all the time is, you know what, we charge for the software and give the cutter for free, and that's pretty much that's a pretty accurate description of the power of our software. Yes, so we're excited about that new version that's going to be coming out, and then I'm going to save everything else until our big event in May. So,
not trying to force anything.
Yeah, maybe if you're nice, you can come out to Hawaii and you'll get a wind of that stuff.
You need your car washed or something?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, it's right out front.
Anybody else have anything cool they want to shout out, share from your guys' company?
I will.
Oh,
yes.
Go ahead. Sorry. I saw Lori lining up on the mic there.
Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just crafting season. It's fall. It's Christmas coming up. So watch for lots of new cut files in the Silhouette Design Store from Lori.
They're the best.
Yes, okay, so we have a ton of new patterns that we're rolling out. We actually rolled them out here. Never before seen by even some of my employees, so it was really cool to see everybody's reaction. And then something we did different this year is every single day we have brand new patterns put out, so everybody's like, thanks Mandy, great. But also my favorite product that we have that is really, it's turned into this huge community of its own is our subscription box. So our subscription box that we do, it's a great value. It's like 20% value on the products that we have, and then we also give 8 project files, and we have partnered with Sofancy this month, so 3 of those files are even coming from sofancy.com, and it's just a really great group, and it's phenomenal value for everything that we do, and we craft together. So yeah.
Well, I kind of saved this for last because if you aren't here and you've never been here and you've heard all of this excitement and you're like, well, I want to do this again, I want to go. Well, we are going to have 2 conferences in 2019.
Yay!
Here in Peachtree City, and we are looking at June and November. And while I'm here this weekend, I'm going to nail down those dates with the venue. I thought we had a date, but we had a little conflict, so we're going to, hammer that out before I leave Peachtree City. And within the next week or so, on my blog and my Facebook page, I will announce those dates. And so if you don't follow me, you can subscribe to the blog at terrijohnsoncreates.com. And if you subscribe to that blog, you will get an email when the registration is open. And when registration opens, and also on my Facebook page, Terri Johnson Creates. So when registration opens, sign up then.
Right.
Yeah.
It will sell out. It always sells out. This time we probably sold out 3 or 4 months ago. And we have a pretty generous cancellation policy, and you can always sell your tickets. So you're better off to go ahead and buy a ticket. And people bought tickets back in March. Life happens, things come up. So we try to accommodate that as much as possible. But anyway, watch for those dates, but we're looking at June and November here in Peachtree City for 2019.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
I hope I could be here, yes.
Excellent. So you guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. No matter what channel you're on, make sure you give everybody a follow so you can rewatch this broadcast. You should see everybody's like their Facebook or Instagram information kind of on the screen here. Be sure to give them a follow. It's so fun. One of the fun things here is the diversity of products that we have available. So like you're coming for heat transfer vinyl, and then you see, the PSV, or then you see the cut files that you can make your own cards with, or the SparkleBerry stuff, those sweet patterns.
We have embroidery, we have sublimation, we have rhinestones. It just goes on and on. So we try to glass etching. We try to hit all aspects of what you can do with your machine.
Yeah. So give everybody here on the table a follow. Make sure you check out terrijohnsoncreates.com. Check out the All Things Silhouette Conference. I think you guys have the Facebook group.
We do.
Everybody's in there, and everybody's sharing their images, which is really cool, because then you can kind of see like, oh, you can do that with your silhouette. That's like one of my favorite things, like, oh, I can do that. And then sometimes, I don't know if you guys ever do this, when you're in the mall and you say, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that.
I could totally make that.
Yeah. Time.
I totally could make that. Yeah.
My daughter sent me 3 pictures yesterday. She goes, Mom, I need these stacked. Hey, as soon as the weekend's over, So,
as Michael Scott says, as ASAP as possible.
Yeah. And can I just say one more thing? Sure. We do a lot of things outside of the classes. We pack everything into this that we can. So, and you may or may not have been able to see in the background, but we have a t-shirt contest, and the creativity, everybody uses their silhouette to make these awesome t-shirts. It blows me away. I just saw one a minute ago, and it had 3 little circles like the silhouette logo, but it was rock, paper, silhouette, and just really, really clever things. One is like, I'll trade my sister for a silhouette carryout. And so we have a t-shirt contest. We do a swap. This time we have a new silhouette showcase where it's not a contest, but everybody can show off what they've been making, and their entry, they get an extra door prize ticket. And I will say the door prizes and the goodie bags are amazing.
Yes.
The goodie bag is probably worth the price you pay to come to the conference. And we have very, very generous sponsors that provide amazing door prizes and goodie bags. We're giving away embroidery machines, cameos, heat presses, curios, baskets of vinyl, software. It just goes on and on. So anyway, lots of things besides just the classes that are a lot of fun. Yeah.
Excellent. And you guys have any last words? And not like we're not gonna like execute anybody. I'm just saying. Like,
we can go have our last.
This is also where they filmed The Walking Dead.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Joe? What'd you say?
This is also the city where they filmed The Walking Dead.
Oh, wow.
Just a fun fact.
That is true. Yeah.
Can't miss out on that fact.
I would like to give a shout out to Heat Press Nation for putting this together. How about that? A way to end.
That's awesome.
Talk about a cool
tech
partner.
Team behind the camera.
You can't see them,
That
but they're
tech
working
team
hard
back there,
here.
these guys running it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Well, seriously, we thank you guys so much for joining us. Like, when we sent out the invites, we were like, okay, maybe like 2 of them will say yes. When everybody agreed, we were like, oh my gosh, it's like when you throw a party and everybody shows up, you're like, I'm so cool. But like, no, not really, I'm so cool. They're so cool, and like, we're like just cool by proxy, just because we have them here with us. It is an absolute honor to be sharing this simulcast with these awesome people over there to my left here. And so once again, I want to say thank you on behalf of the Heat Press Nation team. Would like to thank Terri Johnson Creates, Spencer Livingston, Silhouette America, or is it North America?
America.
Silhouette America. Yep. We have Mandy Grant from SparkleBerry. We have Joe from Siser. He doesn't get a last name. He's like Cher. We have
Everyone
Joe from
knows
Siser.
Joe.
Joe from Siser.
And then of course we have the awesome Lori Whitlock of Lori Whitlock.
Designs.
Like Cher. Oh, designs. I keep cutting off the designs.
Enterprises.
LLC. Okay.
LLC.
Awesome. Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you're watching this live, this is going to be on our Facebook feed. I know it's going to stay up on the Facebook feeds. We're going to be sharing this to YouTube. So if you want to watch back and just hear some of the awesome experiences, reshare that, you're welcome to do it. Give everybody here a follow. But I'm Jared at Heat Press Nation. On behalf of everybody, we thank you guys so much for joining. And I want to say bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.